This is Daily
Mm.
Flash. You're hanging out with AJ, Mitch English. It's time for us to take a little ride through the parenthood. Today's teens face stress that older generations never imagined with social media, the internet, AI, COVID lockdowns. We can go on and on, right? That means parents need to be proactive when it comes to their teens' mental health. Joining us now is Dr. Greg Hammer. He's the author of the book, A Mindful Teen. A very important thing we need to make sure that we're doing because we're developing the youth for tomorrow. Our teenagers, we need to make sure, yeah, they have issues as well. We need to make sure we take care of them. Doctor, welcome to Daily Flash.
Great to be with you, Mitch.
What should parents actually be looking for when it comes to their teens' mental health? And really, what should they do about it?
That's a great question. The fact is that there are predisposing factors to having suicidal thoughts and even committing suicide. They include mental health disorders, depression, anxiety. Parents would probably be aware of those, see signs of those. There are other risk factors, including other health conditions, chronic pain, etc. But the fact is that many kids who commit suicide are very high functioning, sometimes overachieving kids, and they don't really show any signs of suicidal ideation or risk of suicide. So, what parents can do, and also importantly, teachers, coaches, school counselors, is just really be very observant, open minded, non judgmental, and tune into your kids. And I think this, may sound trite because most parents already attempt to do those things. But I think
Okay.
given all the challenges that you mentioned and others that teens face these days, parents really need to be on the lookout for signs of social withdrawal, tailing off of school and athletic performance, uh,
Let's
dropping off of friends, etc.
let's talk about, you mentioned the four pillars of happiness for teens and that mindfulness at homes. The first being gratitude. Tell us a little bit about how these pillars are actually going to be able to help us with our teen.
Well, actually, just to take a half a step back, there are treatments for kids who are withdrawn, and they include cognitive behavioral therapy. There's something called dialectical behavioral therapy. It includes mindfulness practice, and this is not only for the teen but for the family.
Okay.
So I really encourage parents to embrace a mindfulness practice, and the one that I teach and practice and write about is called the GAIN practice. It's an acronym for gratitude, acceptance, intention, and non-judgment. It starts with gratitude, as you mentioned,
Yes.
and parents can express this with their kids. So at mealtime, maybe have a little gratitude practice before they begin having the meal, uh, and teach their kids to be grateful. If their kids are kind of complaining about things, emphasize all the things for which we have to be grateful that other people in other parts of the world and even other parts of the country don't have,
All right.
including a roof over their head, running water, and food on the table.
All right. We go to A with acceptance of what? Acceptance of just who they are?
Well, I think all of us have pain in our lives. I lost a child. Everyone has pain and suffering, and the idea is actually to embrace it, to sit with it, to allow it. And it's like the Serenity Prayer would have it. There are things in the world we don't like that don't apparently meet our wants and needs, and we need to learn how to sit with these and relax into them and accept them so we can live with them.
And then we move on to the I, letter I, intention.
And intention is so important because our brains, Mitch, are wired to be rather negative
Yeah.
and have a hard time being present. And these are the keys to happiness. We want to be more positive. Happiness lives in the present moment. So we have to have a plan or intention, and a mindfulness practice is a great example.
It makes a lot of sense. And it seems like teenagers, they're just always negative all together. I have a 13-year-old, a 14-year-old now, and everything's, negative. It's like we're always trying to tell them to think positive, so I can really buy into that. Our next one is the letter N, which is non-judgment, which is probably very hard for all of us. But how do we imply that?
It is hard. It is hard for all of us, but we can have a practice. So when I teach gain meditation, I teach, for example, imagining an image of the moon or the Earth apparently suspended in space, one of these beautiful NASA
Uh-huh.
images. And the Earth, for example, is neither good nor bad. It doesn't possess qualities of goodness or badness. And it's only logical for us to think that I too am just a person. I'm neither good nor bad. And we can learn to start to not judge everything because of our negativity bias. We tend to judge others, the world, and ourselves negatively, especially ourselves. And
Yeah.
teenagers are really great at that. So as parents, we need to embody these principles, not just espouse them.
Very good. More information, you want folks to could check out your website, mindfulteen.com. Great advice here. And if, again, teaching these the GAIN method, you're teaching them at a younger age, they will develop and take that all the way through their adulthood. Thank you, Doctor, for joining us.
Pleasure.